Do you see here? Hi guys and gals. Well, it's the end of a work day. Yay! And as you notice, it's already getting dark. The days are changing like every day now. It's getting darker and darker. Far off over there, if you look into, if I can get it, you can see that there are valleys further off that are completely clouded up. And if you live in those valleys, I mean, there is no sun at all. Like today, there hasn't been any sun at all there today. But yeah, it's kind of nice. This is really one of my favorite times of the day, both in the morning and the evening. The morning, I guess it's just because of the daytime, but this walk along here, just that little bit of alone time where, I don't know, I mean, like, I guess especially the evening is like, wow, going off home. I made a video once saying some of the reasons I like walking here, and put a lot of pictures, and the last picture was a picture of my sweetie pie at home. Well, I was thinking about a bit of those things, and brought me back to one of my old TV shows that I really loved, and that was the Waltons. And I know a lot of people would say, well, you know, the Waltons aren't true, and the people that were actors in the Waltons weren't what they... Well, I don't care about that. The fact is that I grew up in a family that shared many of those Walton values. And were we perfect? Of course not. Were the Waltons perfect? No. If you look at the show correctly, you'll see that they weren't. But they definitely had a way of getting around a lot of the world's imperfections. The way the world is going on now, I don't know if I can get this somehow to get more light. The way the world is going on right now, there's just so much hatred. I mean, I talked about that not too long ago, so I won't make a video on the same thing, but it was very much, I was very much thinking like, well, even our television shows don't tend to, maybe I'm not a perfect person to talk about television shows, but anyway, all in all, from what I can see, is that they're mostly violence or really silly comedies. Okay, get back at me. I guess I gotta talk. I mean, I was brought up on stuff like Gilligan's Island, which was very serious stuff, wasn't it? But I don't know. Is it because we were children? I often think, that comes very often in my thought pattern, is that I wonder sometimes if, how could I put it? I wonder sometimes if I ever grew up. I mean, in the sense is that sometimes, very often, I've brought this a few times before, the fact of sometimes if it's all a game, I mean, I know life isn't a game and things can go bad and everything, but the fact of taking things way too serious and worrying all the time about things, there's so much to worry about. I mean, don't think I don't have my moments. I certainly do. But is there something about doing things like videos on YouTube or geocaching or stuff like that, if you're able to, that keeps you somehow young? Is that the right word? I mean, I can see my body's aging, goodness sakes. Don't have to look very far for me to realize that. I was looking at videos. I mean, I was on YouTube. Let me see now. Like 9 years ago, I had a YouTube account, and probably 7 years, I guess, 7 years doing videos. So if you look at my first videos and now, you can see that the old age is creeping in. And yet, I mean, probably doing almost as many videos as I used to. Certainly a lot less people watch them, but I still take as much pleasure. What has changed, though, I do realize, is I do a lot less silly videos. Now, if my mom's listening, she'll say, oh, well, that's okay, because that means just that much less videos with stupid DC. It's Stone DC, Ma. It's not stupid DC. But one of the things, though, about that is that there's less of an audience and less of a play group. Now, that's probably the other thing. I mean, playing alone or playing solitaire, you know, that's not all that much fun. But if you're able to be part of a group, I guess that does keep you stimulated intellectually. Yeah, I never get into that, actually, sliding along with those things. Well, what else? Christmas is coming up. We're in the Advent season, and yeah, it is a nice season. At the same time, it's the silly part. It's one of the months I don't always like. I mean, I like it. It's a love-hate relationship with December. There's always so much going on. People trying to cram so many things in. Like I say, there's that love-hate relationship. Plus, 2 members of my family, so Mrs. DC and first son of DC, are in healthcare. And this year, well, she's working on Christmas and he's working on New Year's. So it's going to be kind of complicated. Yeah. And yet, I know, I mean, we've already planned. There's a 27th or something like that. It's a Sunday. I'll be, making a turkey, and we'll all manage to get together one way or another. That's for sure. I was talking just earlier to a friend of mine. I have to see what I'll be doing with him, actually, because we just met by chance as I left by work. There is no chance. So we just met. It was wanted that we meet. And he was telling me that his wife left yesterday to go off for 3 weeks in India. And I kind of thought, like, okay, at least 3 weeks, I think so. I'm not even certain if he's going to be with somebody at Christmas. Let me see. Well, maybe she'll just be back for Christmas then. Maybe, maybe not. But I mean, I know that there's a lot going on with this couple. Oh, battery's going dead every time. Lots going on. So maybe I'll have to be nice to somebody. Oh, geez. What a crazy way to stop a video. Anyway, I mean, so I'm walking along and just brought that in because it brought me to thinking about, how no matter which way you look at it, I mean, there's always someone that seems to have a more complicated situation than you do if you really stop and look. Will I stop there? Yeah, why not? I guess I should. So, yeah. DC will be signing off. I'll get back with other stuff soon, but for the moment, that's all for now. Take care and have a nice Thursday. Bye-bye, everybody.